Botox in English is puwet. So I thought Botox is using the fat of puwet to put inside the face.
That's what I thought as well.
Oh, you also thought that as well?
No, that's I thought!
Oh, we think this. You're sing.
Hi guys, I'm Mariz and I'm from Philippines.
Hi, I'm Blake. I'm from Korea.
Hi, I'm Miggy. I'm from the Philippines.
It's Mishi. I miss you guys. Also, yes, I'm from Korea.
Hi, I'm Ava. I'm from Pasig, Philippines.
Hi, my name is Kumin Kim. Ako po ang isang Koreano na nakatira po dito sa Pilipinas. I'm from Seoul, South Korea.
Hi, I'm Ali. I'm from the Philippines.
Hi, I'm Young from Korea.
For me, I think it's very common. We're known to be the #1 plastic surgery country in the world. I feel like almost everyone kind of gets it or like goes through it or wants to go through it at one point. Rich neighborhoods, there is a lot of plastic surgery clinics. And there's like places you can recover, and sometimes only the surgery takes like a few days.
I'm not entirely sure how popular it is here in the Philippines, contrary to how it is in Korea. Plastic surgery in the Philippines, it's sort of like a taboo. No one really talks about it openly. Regarding to how popular it is here, other than Bello or any other famous clinics here in the Philippines, I don't know who else would perform these types of operations.
Sa Philippines kasi, before, for celebrities, parang big deal pa siya. Pero lately, nitong 2020 something na, parang it's a common thing na.
For Korea, it's really common. In Korea nowadays, like even middle school or high school students are doing it by themselves with their pocket money. Plastic surgery hospitals, and they even have a promos for the high school students. If they're finished with the entrance exam, they're gonna get like a 50% discount, something like that.
Yo, sa Philippines, not so much. Yung plastic surgery, normally celebrities lang.
How did you know na celebrities have done surgery?
I could be wrong, but then there's a celebrity that I saw. After a while, nakita ko ulit, there was an obvious change.
Well, for me, it's like a big thing in Korea. Not only sa mga celebrities, but to all the people who has a complex in their body. Gusto nila ng malaking mata, tapos they want matangos na ilong. It just depends. Kapag nakikita nila na, I think this thing suits me, then they would do different kinds of part-time jobs or work for it. Papagawa talaga nila.
In the Philippines, it's not as common, I think, as opposed to other countries like Thailand or Korea. But then, it is quite common now in terms of accessibility. Before, Bello used to be in standalone clinics and all that. But now, they're found in malls. So, we are starting to become more used to the idea of plastic surgery. And it is now becoming more common.
Plastic surgery in Korea is common. I think plastic surgery has two kinds eh. Yung invasive, parang may dugo-dugo na. It requires mga financial aspects to prepare to do this invasive surgeries, and then non-invasive na gaganon lang. In Korea, yung mga friends ko, parang wala lang sa kanila yun. It's just like to make yourself look good. It has become a very, very common thing. That's probably why when I went to Korea recently, sa subway, when I saw yung mga tao na nakaupo, yung ilong nila, when I do this, and then I only see one nose, and when I change my angle, I see same angles of triangles. That's how common plastic surgery is in Korea.
For us, it's the eyelids. Usually, Koreans are born with monolids, and you do surgery to create a fold. It makes your eyes look bigger. I have a monolid in the inside and a double lid on the outside. Thank God I was born with these. I think teenagers are like getting it since it's not a complicated procedure. The eyelids ones are very minor and it's not really obvious, and the recovery time isn't super long, so it's super common. Once you turn like a legal age, instead of giving them like a coming of age gift, parents gifting the child with plastic surgery. I'm not too sure, but I think that's usually the context of it.
I think the most popular type of surgery in the Philippines would be getting a nose job. Even if you're not really into the whole concept of plastic surgery, you probably would have heard it once or twice. Maybe you've heard, nagbago itsura niya, nagpaayos pa siya ng ilong.
In Philippines, I say rhinoplasty.
What is the line of person?
Rhinoplasty is like,
No.
sa Filipino kasi, usually yung nose is flat. So, they usually get rhinoplasty.
I think in Korea, most usual thing is double eyelid surgery because most of the Korean has monolid and then people don't like it. Luckily, I have double eyelids, so I didn't have the surgery. But Korean people think that having a mono eyelid has less charm. But nowadays, because of the celebrities, and then they're accepting it as one of the characteristics of the person, so those kind of things are changing.
I hope I don't offend. I'm kind of scared that I might
It's
offend.
okay.
So normally, pango yung nose, like mine is a little bit small and flat. And I think other people would like na medyo matangos.
Like in Korea, kasi kadalasan ng mga mata nila is like small. Pero there are some people na parang they are given a gift na malaking mata. Parang na-envy sila dun sa taong yun. So, yun yung kadalasan na ginagawa nila. Magpa-double eyelid surgery.
Just like your hair.
Very
Most
common.
So,
In the Philippines, I think it's rhinoplasty talaga. It is the most accessible, tapos ito na rin yung pinakamura.
Why?
When it comes to-
Why?
I don't know. Parang feeling ko kasi nag-iiba yung mukha mo. Kahit yung ilong lang. It's very subtle, pero iba talaga yung nagiging itsura mo.
is it like an insecurity of Filipinos to have, ano ba yung
Pango?
Tango?
Pango-pango. For others.
Yeah, for other...
So it's an insecurity talaga. Kasi
is?
nga, especially since we've been colonized by a lot of countries before.
In Korea naman, according to statistics pala, back in I think 2019 or 2020, yung breast enlargement surgery,
In Korea?
yun yung isa sa mga mostly done plastic surgery. Like, it has become a thing in Korea. Plastic surgeons advertise this kind of surgery a lot. I guess the Korean insecurity is first the eyes, because they have chinky eyes, and we have monolids. Second is the nose. We find the high-nosed people as pretty, more like privileged sometimes. And then the breast enlargement, because as you can see, Korean girls, most of them are skinny, and they want to fill up their cups.
Yes. We do understand.
My friend, yung high school graduation gift niya from her parents was to get the treatment. Like, that's how common it is.
When I read it before, it was like Koreans see eyelid surgery as like getting braces.
Yeah, exactly.
Meron, kaibigan and celebrity din sa Pinas. Again, ilong talaga.
Sa mga friends, yes. Yung mga double eyelid. Meron din nagpa-tanggal na sa jaw. Kasi parang medyo ano daw yung jaw nila. Like malaki. Parang nagpa-shave para matanggal yung dito. And then, something to do with chin. Siya yung pinakamadaming surgery sa pinakakilala ko. Jaw, nose, double eyelid, tapos dito sa chin. Pero, when I tried to look at her, before and after, sobrang gumanda siya. You would find magkaibang tao.
Oh.
As in, sobrang ibang tao
Yes,
talaga siya.
grabe.
As in.
Question: do you think this person still looks natural, or would you say you know that the person did plastic surgery?
It looks natural. I think kasi yung sabi niya sa akin, pumunta siya sa one of the best surgeon. Yung ibang celebrities nagpa-surgery doon.
Mahal siguro yan.
Sobra. If we are talking about quality,
Oo.
sobrang
Ang galing, like,
galing
okay.
talaga, yes.
Recommended.
Best. Let's go there. Tara na, let's go.
The circle I'm in is not willing to get plastic surgery. I know people who have had Botox, but like they're like older generation of women like who just want to get their face lifted. It's not actual like surgery where they have to go under anesthesia or anything.
I also don't know anyone personally. I guess maybe celebrities to a certain degree. It's mostly like gossip. We're not really outright confirmed.
Rhinoplasty and chin augmentation. Included ba yung like sa fats ng body?
Liposuction?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I think similar. There were people who had eyelids, nose, as she said, and then there is some surgery about cutting off the bones of the jaw, and then fat removal. There is even surgery that they're making dimples.
I know a lot of people who have done plastic surgery. Those people I work with, a month ago, they look like this, and then after a month, when we meet, I'm like, oh, ano nangyari sa mukha mo?
Pero drastic ba yung mga changes talaga nung...
As in, ano yun? Yung mata nila lumaki. Eh, mata ko ba? They tell me, oh, open your eyes. It's open. This is the maximum. So they're advertising to me to do my eye enlargement, whatever is plastic surgery. But if it's my close friends, wala. Ikaw po.
Personally, I do know older. So mga people who went through Botox, yung mga ganun, lipo.
Botox is plastic surgery.
In Korea, it's not considered.
Botox is just vitamins. Because I think many politicians, many public figures get Botox a lot. And then behind the story, Botox in English is puwet. So I thought Botox is using the fat of puwet to put inside the face.
That's what I thought as well.
Oh, you also thought as well?
No, because I thought!
Oh, we think this. Ah, you're saying sing. You also thought?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Everyone thought Botox is from puwet. It's not, right?
It's not a toxin they're placing in your face or
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Any form of surgery, before talaga, it's a big deal sa mga Filipinos. Personally, nung friend ko, first year high school, she always get bullied. So, nagpadagdag siya ng nose. Yun ang pinaka-insecurity niya. Then, after that, nabully pa din siya because of getting surgery. To the point na ayaw niyang pumasok ng school. But lately, Lately, it's normal. Parang ano pa nga it's surprising na, oh, did you get surgery? How much? Parang they seem interested more than before.
I could say for some of the celebrities, they are even opening up, they have plastic surgery. So I think it's kind of neutral. Even for the people like us, if we heard that someone had a plastic surgery, then we would ask like, what kind of hospital was it? How was your experience? How much was it?
The older generation, they might look down on it. But then nowadays, it's not that normal. But then people do it na. Although, there are still people who would judge. Like, parang kita-kita yung difference. If you never saw the person, siguro, okay lang, normal. But then if you saw that person na before, tapos medyo halata yung difference, people will be like, nag-surgery siguro.
In Korea, if we're gonna be talking about way back before, 80s, 90s, mga ganun. Kapag sa babae, parang wala lang. Pero if it is a guy, nagpa-plastic surgery, it's a really, really big negative. Kasi parang iisipin na, nagpapaganda ba siya? Is that guy trying to follow yung trend ng babae? So those kind of things happen. Pero lately, parang mas nagiging generalized na siya. Pero there are some people na parang, ano ba surgery siya yung sa ilong? Parang they're making gossip. It just depends ano yung perspective nila doon sa tao.
The Philippines is a very conservative or traditional country with very traditional beliefs. So everyone's very religious. People would say, oh, your body, your face, it's a gift from God. It's a temple of Jesus. Why would you think of altering it? So this is like how at least the older generations of Filipinos see it. People our age. They're more accepting, they're more open of the idea of plastic surgery. It's not so much neutral in the Philippines, but it's more of like conflicting opinions.
I think it's neutral for me since it's so common. People have gotten over the shock factor of it. So they're just like, oh, okay, she got plastic surgery. That's what she wants, that's what she wants. Especially Korean music and Korean artist industry. Korean idols, a lot of them do get plastic surgery. There are some confirmed, there are some rumors, but definitely there's a lot of plastic surgery. So it's like, oh, if they can get it, then it's fine for us. If you didn't know, the ex-president of Korea also did get plastic surgery. Just saying, that's the thesis. So if our leader can get it, why can't we, right?
In the Philippines, it used to be very negative. Hush-hush siya na hindi siya sinasabi. We know it's happening. We know people had gotten like things done. But then, yung outright mo sasabihin na I got Botox done, I got these surgeries done. It's not as common. But then nowadays, I feel like with the younger generation, being more exposed to social media, yung mga ganun, a lot of them are more accepting of it. Kaya yung parang na-mention ko, na in malls, may bendo clinic na, it's becoming more common now.
In Korea, of course, it cannot be negative for it to be common. Yet, it cannot be also positive since some people hide or some people look out for how people judge them. For me, plastic surgery is a personal preference. So I don't think there is a reason to judge naman. And that's what the younger generations are thinking nowadays. My parents told me, don't ever get plastic surgery. Why?
Why nga ba?
Because I will never see myself in your face, sabi ng tatay ko.
Oh.
So that's why I told him, that's the reason why I want plastic surgery.
Pero I want it to be natural. Hindi naman sa takot ako sa mga, you know,
Ay,
mga knives
under the knife
or
to.
no. There are other ways na masasatisfied ako. Just being me. Ganun lang.
Gets. Wow, love it.
Because
Me naman, yung after effect nun, I'm kind of scared because I don't know how it's gonna be like, especially when you get older. But then, if I get the choice na, like, I get money, and then yun na nga, quality surgeon, ako yes. Siguro yung nose ko. And siguro, because I have a round face, I want my years ago face na medyo thinner, smaller.
me as well. Pwede din, yung magpapatanggal ng mga fat sa mukha.
Yeah, parang gano'n. I'm a goddess. I'm a goddess.
Diyosa. Diyosa ka na ba?
Diyosa.
I think I would do it. If that will help me be more confident about myself, I would.
if
If
the
given
chance is
the
given.
money, yes.
Personally, I'm kind of negative with the plastic surgery because I think that we born as ourselves and then plastic surgery is kind of changing it. I love being myself as my own. Even though I have a chance, I would not use it unless I have kind of big accident or something.
Yeah.
I did think of getting plastic surgery. Your insecurities get the best of you. So when you wake up and you look in the mirror and you're like, what is wrong with my face? So I wanted to get my nose a little smaller. I would get a breast augmentation. These are too heavy. These are way too heavy for me. And my back hurts. So I kind of want to get rid of it a little bit.
As far as like cosmetically, there's nothing I would change about how I look. I'm perfectly content with how I look physically. It's nothing that can be fixed or solved without changing my lifestyle, being more active or working out more.
Very Ateneo.
Thanks for throwing me under the bus. You think I'm not content with myself?
What are your thoughts on plastic surgery in relation to contentment?
I think it's a self-content thing. If you don't like the way your face is shaped, it's a reasonable reason to get plastic surgery, but if you're doing it because you wanna be popular and all that, I think it's the wrong way of using it. You shouldn't get plastic surgery to appease someone. In the end, if you're not gonna be happy with yourself, you're gonna keep changing your face. You're gonna keep doing plastic surgery to be content with other people.
I also agree. If it's something that makes you feel better about yourself or like it boosts your own self-confidence, 100% go for it.
I do think I would take the opportunity. There are some things that I am insecure about.
No, you look perfect.
Thank you, babe!
You look perfect.
We are living in an age wherein social media is very prevalent. Talagang may insecure ka. Hindi mo mapipigilan talagang isipin at one point in time na, what if I had a different nose? What if I had a smaller chin? Ang gusto ko pag nakita ko,
Oh,
wow!
what if you did it and then you don't like it?
There are things na we have to consider. Ayun yung magiging problema mo. How about you? Di mo nakamukha tatay mo.
Daddy, I am so sorry. Joke lang. If I were given the chance, I would take it. I've been thinking about this for a long time actually. I just want to try look different, just like what you said. What if higher nose?
Magkakapantay na kayo sa subway, babe. Why kami?
I can be.
Ikaw ba yan?
My eyes, like small eyes. I like it. I love it. But what if? I was never given a chance. So I will never do it. Because I love my face.
But if given the chance.
Oh yes.